I like to simply state that I do not understand the nature and cause of the action in regard of the elements of my personal jurisdiction.
All right. Are you entering a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I cannot enter a plea at the moment because I'm not sure what I'm going to be tried under. What jurisdiction am I going to be tried under?
All right, folks, today we're watching a courtroom moment featuring someone who claims the law doesn't apply to him when it comes to driving. He insists he's traveling, not driving, as if that somehow changes the fact that he doesn't have a license. But here's the truth. No matter how you spin it, driving without a valid license is against the law. This individual doesn't have much of a case, but the judge stays calm and professional while handling the situation. It's both fascinating and a bit amusing to watch. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. What do you think about people who use these so-called legal loopholes in court? Let's dive in and take a closer look.
In a moment, I'm going to ask how you wish to proceed in regards to a plea. Right now, do you have a plan in regards to an attorney? Are you hiring an attorney, asking the court to appoint, representing yourself?
Represent myself, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Curvin, you looks like you're 33 years old. So absent some other compelling reason, you'd be able to represent yourself. If you wish to, I'm going to ask what your plea is. If you wish to have a trial, if you wish to, I don't know if you qualify for a diversion, if you wish to try to get the case resolved either through counsel or yourself with the county attorney's office, any of those things, then your plea should be not guilty. If you choose to plead guilty, then we would proceed to sentencing. I would hear from both parties in a pronounced sentence. If you plead no contest, that is then if the state were to present what we refer to as a proffer, a person who's pleading no contest are not challenging the charge, but they're not pleading guilty per se. If there's a proffer that supports the facts that would result in a guilty verdict, then that person would be found guilty and we'd proceed to sentencing in the same manner as I described before. With those things in mind, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Are we on the record?
Yes.
So on the record before I make a plea, I like to simply state that I do not understand the nature and cause of the action in regard of the elements of my personal jurisdiction, the venue, and the nature cause of action until the prosecution has properly alleged them for me, and therefore I'm not able to enter a plea until then. I'd like to know if it's going to be if I'm going to be tried under common law, or is it going to be under maritime law?
Can anyone watching actually make sense of what this man is saying? He's going on and on like he's about to say something that'll magically make the judge throw the case out. Spoiler alert. That's definitely not going to happen. He keeps asking, what law am I being charged under? But honestly, his reasoning doesn't add up. These types of arguments all sound the same. Every time we've seen a sovereign citizen use this approach, it ends the same way, with the judge either shutting them down or holding them in contempt. Sometimes they try to appeal or ask for a retrial, but even that doesn't happen often. What do you think about how he's handled himself so far? Personally, I think he's clearly confused about the law, maybe even a bit out of touch, but at least he's stayed fairly respectful. Let's jump back in and see how this unfolds.
Can you speak up a little bit? It's difficult to hear you.
I got my headphones on. Did you hear what I said, or just what part did you need to
I heard part of what you said, so.
Okay. I was saying, for the record, I did not simply understand nature and cause of action brought against me with regards of the elements of our personal jurisdiction, and also the nature cause of action until the jurisdiction, the prosecution has let me know what they're going to try me underneath, so I can let you know what I'm going to make my plea. I'm not really sure if it's under common law or is it maritime law. So I can know how to defend myself, and then I can enter my plea.
All right. Have you filed a motion for discovery in this case?
I filed in my I put a special appearance and affidavit in about a week ago.
Well, there's something that's listed as correspondence in the court file. I'm looking at it now. It's not an official pleading. Neither does it state that you've requested information from the state that we refer to as discovery.
You didn't receive. I emailed. I actually faxed the. I faxed the special appearance. Did you receive it?
There's a document that looks like it is served or before a notary in Oklahoma
Mm-hmm.
that reflects what appears to be your signature and says respondent beneficiary of the named defendant
That
in constitutional rights / benefits.
it
Is
should be
that the
like a.
document you're referring to?
Yeah, I think it's is it just only one they went through? Because there's like 4 pages, 4 or 5, a few pages that went through, not just one.
There's a one-page document.
There's only one. It's supposed to be more. I faxed to more over there. It was supposed to be like 4 pages.
It's one page.
Yeah,
Where it begins is at the top. It says the Supreme Court said in U.S. versus Mirsky.
yeah. I have a copy right here with me. I think you're just referring to the last page, and I sent like 4 pages of them. I think I got it notarized at the end of it, and I think the notary already sent the last page to you, but it was supposed to be 4 more pages to go with that. And that was the special appearance.
All right. Are you entering a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I cannot answer a plea at the moment because I'm not sure what I'm going to be tried under. What jurisdiction am I going to be tried under? I do not understand the nature of the cause of action brought up yesterday.
Well, I've explained what you're charged with.
Yes.
I'm going to put you down as a plea of not guilty and set this matter for trial. If you wish to,
How do I? Because my special parents didn't make it. I need to resend it as well. Uh,
So now he's talking about filing a special appearance. For those unfamiliar, sovereign citizens often believe that using this term somehow allows them to avoid being under the court's authority. In their minds, if they don't accept the court's power, it doesn't apply to them. It's like a legal version of pretending the rules don't exist. But here's the truth. Once you're physically in court, the court already has jurisdiction. End of story. Judges have heard this argument countless times, and it has never held up. Seriously, I don't think it's ever worked, not even once. I'm not sure why people still try this. It doesn't help their case. It just wastes everyone's time. That said, it does make for some pretty entertaining courtroom moments, and I always enjoy breaking them down. Let's get back to the hearing and see what happens next.
how can I reset it? So I gotta have a chance to resend my special appearance because it didn't make it into. I guess you only had the last copy of it. There's more pages that you didn't receive. I need to enter that in beforehand. How can I reset it so I can do that? I have time to do that. I can do it today, and we can reset it for this same time next week if that's okay with
I'm going to go ahead and set this for trial. You can, if you have pretrial motions that you'd like to address, they need to be properly filed.
you. Okay.
Sometimes if people are representing themselves, they're still held to the same standard as an attorney would be.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes people don't have the experience to do that correctly. So there's an advantage to having an attorney. But I'm going to set aside 2 hours for bench trial.
I'd like to be tried by jury if that's okay. If I'm going to be separate trial, if it has to be separate trial,
Have you made a written request for trial by jury?
I have not. This is my first appearance today.
If you're seeking to have a jury trial, then you're going to need to file a written motion in that regard.
Okay.
Again, pursuant to Kansas law, there are restrictions in that regard. When we set a jury trial, I generally have a pretrial date that we have. You will be required to be here at Elk County to conduct that hearing. If you have pretrial motions that you're wishing to have heard, we typically would do that in advance at a pretrial. I'm going to set a pretrial date at this time. It'll give you an opportunity to place your written motion for request for jury trial.
What do you think? Does this guy stand any chance at winning his jury trial? Let's be honest. He was driving without a license and using all the usual sovereign citizen talking points. That's not exactly a strong legal defense. Personally, I don't think it's going to end well for him. Yes, he stayed relatively polite during the hearing, but claiming to be above the law never sits well with a jury. And let's be clear, driving without a valid license is illegal in all 50 states. There's no legal loophole where calling it traveling makes it okay. Since this will be a jury trial, we probably won't get to see the full proceedings, because those usually aren't shared publicly. Still, we've seen enough of these cases to guess how it'll go. They all follow the same pattern. Someone believes they've uncovered a hidden trick to avoid the law, and it never works. It's like watching someone argue they don't have to follow the rules of a board game just because they don't agree with them. It might be entertaining, but it's not going to help their case. Most likely he'll face a fine, maybe around $1,000, and possibly some probation. Pretty standard stuff in situations like this. Let me know what you thought about today's hearing. Do you think he even has the slightest chance? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care.